What's up everybody, it is Colin here, and in this video I want to talk about creating the dream. So I have been changing my vision quite a bit. I've been doing some crazy stuff lately. I just want to give you an update. This is like a real business point of view update. Everything the business is going through, how we are expanding, how things are working together. Very interesting stuff. I would say if you are an entrepreneur, if you want to build your affiliate marketing business, listen to this because it includes experience, it includes some advice, it includes some ideas, and you're probably going to walk the same path someday. So I hope you find this useful. Lately, I've been questioning myself, with the growth of the Deberoo brand, my own personal brand, everything accumulating, pushing things over even like 7 figures on our educational business. So we have like the media buying business, educational business, consulting business, investment business. So we have a whole lot of businesses lined up within the Deberoo Media Group. Which is super cool, of course, and everything requires a little bit of attention. Now we added a smaller media buying company to it, specializing in something else. Super cool, but you gotta keep your head for myself, I'm a person, I like to get emotionally attached to things. I like to mingle. I like to share my thoughts. I like to be in the process. And sometimes, these companies, most of them, they all have like a managing director or one of the partners who manages the company, right? And Deberoo and the education business, I manage myself. Whether you are an owner, right? You have a certain amount of shares, and you got to keep to yourself. Business is business. You can't always be everywhere all the time. Share your thoughts all the time. Be in every step of the process. You need to be able to step back. And that's what I've done basically last month. I've stepped back from the business, and I also looked back a lot. I removed myself from all the businesses I'm not actively involved in. So I have weekly meetings. So for one business, I have monthly meetings. That business is already in like the 3rd growth phase. And I focus on the educational part of Deberoo, which I really love to do. That's why I make these YouTube videos. I like to educate people. I like to help people, and the business is really good. So I got to keep in mind business is business. And now when I'm looking back, as much as everything has changed from a year ago, like basically a year and 2 months ago, I officially quit my day job, to where everything is right now. That's where some people will take a lifetime to do something like this, right? Build 5 businesses, most of these businesses over 7 figures, some approaching 8 figures, This is not an easy business and not an easy dream to pursue. However, looking back, you're always happy how things went and how much you learned, right? So basically, so much focus on the learning of things. I recently came to understand, especially like doing these masterminds, doing these big projects, they bring in a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, right? They bring in a lot of money. So you sell basically the mastermind itself as an educational product, standalone, and then you upsell either coaching or whatever because you're active in that month, right? However, looking at this from a revenue perspective, from a business, you're basically churning and burning the audience, right? Every time you sell a product, you do a launch, you get money. It works, but very labor intensive and not as much. It gives a lot of stress, it doesn't give like subtleness in the business. And having this as a side business, the educational part, it's okay, right? You can manage. But as I like to be the face of that company, participating in the business, combined with all the other business units, elements, amount of employees that are involved in the content, it creates a lot of friction, a lot of stress. And that's not what I wanted anymore with all these other companies involved as well, like growing, right? The entire group. So I decided then, when I look back how far we've come, and I focused on the learning aspects, I was like, just admit that you scaled the company too fast with too many people. So that was the first thing I did. So I was too hungry, too greedy to capture all that growth. And for real, I had like 5 big entrepreneurs in my circle who told me, growth, you're going to hire too fast and you're going to have conflicts with people. And that happened. So, right? They warned me, I did it anyway, and then you fall, which is okay. Those are the best lessons, right? You spend like 50,000 on employees and you fire all of them and it's useless. The money is gone, the knowledge is gone, you just wasted time, right? But you have to be able to accept it, to be able to restructure everything and go for that goal again, because you might lose your original mission to obtain the vision as soon as you're going through it, right? So stepping back, looking back first, doing one step back, looking at how everything is, then restructure it, and then get that focus that you've basically been missing for so long, right? As soon as you start a new project, you might have experienced yourself as well. As soon as you start a new project, you might be slipping a little bit, right? The rules, you might be cutting corners to get to where you want to be, right? And basically that journey that you're going through, that's the most important part. That is where information and experience come together. Information, things you learn or things you have learned before, during, or after the process, and experience is what's being harvested during the process. And then the experience is the most important thing. So as soon as you accept your mistake, not necessarily defeat, I would say, accept your mistake that something went wrong, restructure it, how you would like the mission to be in order to acquire the vision. Yeah, that's the dream, right? Then you can focus again. And for me, that focus was very much needed at that point, because the employees were starting to tell me things are becoming chaotic. And if the manager cannot manage the employees, then I cannot manage the manager, because then from the top down, it's chaos, is a mess, right? So they rang the alarm bells early enough for me to take a step back, cut some people out, unfortunately, because it was over capacity. We could carry it money-wise, we could carry it work-wise, but having this many tasks with no structure didn't work well. So we moved to things like project management tools like Asana. We moved to like sales software tools like HubSpot, right? Using these kind of softwares as cornerstones in your business automates, regulates, but also evaluation of processes. What is going wrong? With the project management tool as Asana, you can see like on a day-to-day basis which tasks are completed accordingly, which one are not completed, what time, and there's complete focus. So the restructuring, investing money, well, we got more money, right? Because we cut employees, we cut tasks. So the company goes like plus 20,000 a month of employees, or they were mainly freelancers, which we ended the contracts with. So you get like $20,000 in expenses, which are now additional revenue you have, because it's no longer an expense, right? Additional cash. So if you invest in these project management tools, everything together, like from sales to backend projects to invoicing to taxes, is maybe 2,000 a month in software. It's pretty intense. So we're working with like 6 different softwares. It's all good. Everything is integrated. But that's only the price of one good freelancer, right? So it makes sense to take that step back. But it's a lot of people have asked me when I talk about this, right? Because this has been going on for about 2 to 4 weeks right now. It's like, is it not humiliating? And that's what I first thought. So when I hear entrepreneurs say, is it not humiliating to take a step back? But now I realize there's nothing humiliating about it, because you're actually creating the dream and you're actually working towards that dream. If you're walking on the warpath, but you're walking in the wrong direction, you're never going to reach the city. You got to see the city to be able to go there. And taking that step back, standing on a mountain where you can see everything clearly, then plan out the route again and walk again. That's the way to go. And that's just rebuilding, right? You want to rebuild certain systems. You want to rebuild yourself as the entrepreneur, but also as usually the business owner and the manager at the same time. You want to direct the business in the right direction. And then the growth will automatically come. So we started implementing this software a week and a half ago. And what you notice, or at least what I notice, is the employees are calm again, right? So let's say employee A gets into the office at like 8:30 a.m. They can grab coffee, they can do their own stuff, and at 9, their tasks begin, right? So Asana doesn't display, we don't work on like 9 to 10 you do this, 10 to 11 you do this. They have their calendar, Google Calendar with meetings and stuff, like clients we have for for the coaching and stuff. So they do some calls with clients, and they do some chat with the clients. They do some account managing with the networks they work with. But in Asana, there are different tasks. So the person shows up at 8:30, starts really working at 9, has lunch in between, and just clicks on the tasks as soon as it's completed. The people are calm, they know what they have to do per day, but we don't micromanage them on the hour. We just let them do whatever they do. They can have lunch, they can go smoking, they can go to the grocery store, as long as at the end of the day all the tasks are done. If they finish early, they can go home. But what happens is they ask for more stuff. Then you have a situation where you create a positive working environment. Sometimes we have people on sales calls and they show up at 8:30 a.m., 8 a.m., sometimes even earlier. They stay until 6:37 p.m. Now, the beautiful thing I notice is where not only the business is growing revenue-wise, but the team is becoming more as a family. People are staying until 6:37 p.m., where their shifts end at 5:36 p.m., because they all want to leave together, right? So lately what we've been doing is we wait until the last salesperson, usually it's sales, finishes their call. We shut everything down, turn off the lights, turn off the MacBooks, everybody takes the computer, take out their chargers, and we go to the train, go to the car, go to the bus, whatever they take to get home together as a group. And it's a small group, right? We're only 6 people in the Amsterdam office, and then we have a lot more people remotely working with us. But those 6 people will be the cornerstone of the culture that would be carried on for days, weeks, months, years to come as soon as the team is expanding. So January 2020, we need to hire between 5 to 10 people in the first quarter. So we have 3 months to add like 5 to 10 more people into a new office as well. So that growth, not only revenue-wise, which is the most important thing, but that is happening. So now we need to solve the employees, the automations, the structuring, the branding, and that's a whole new thing for me. First, I was just so focused on the revenue, and the revenue, it's there, right? It's up for grabs. Just the business side of itself is a whole new situation, so it's cool. Very grateful, I can say, very grateful for what has happened already, what we've been through by myself, what I've been through with the team now for almost a year. I think Jessica, who's still on the team as a content manager, was one of the first people to join me, I think in March or May, between May and March 2019. So soon she will be on the team the first year. Crazy experience. So we work. So most of the employees work between 40 to some directors of the team work 120 hours, like Richard. He hustles like the same way I do. And that's why things are happening so fast, right? These guys and girls as well on the team, they put in the work. And I'm very grateful for such an amazing team, because without them, you can only do so much by yourself, right? And that's basically, so we're rolling out a whole new business next Friday. So anybody who makes it to the end of this video, you guys are going to be the first ones to know. No more masterminds. So the masterminds are done. I already made a video about that, but we're coming with a whole new game plan, and it will be announced on the morning of Black Friday. So basically, Black Friday at midnight in the morning, we have 24 hours with this huge announcement, this huge business turn. We'll do a lot of promotion about it as well. So don't get me wrong, even if you don't watch it till the end, they will never know, but they will see it everywhere. So we'll do a lot of promotion about that. We've been working on this project for about 4 weeks, a month now. The whole project should be done 1st of January when it goes live. But yeah, exciting, a lot of time and effort, especially thinking, because now we're working with so many softwares. We had to do API. I had to hire a full stack developer yesterday. I don't even know what the fuck these guys do. But somebody told me, I came with a problem to somebody. It's like, yeah, you need to hire a full stack developer to connect all these APIs and write custom code. And that's like uncharted territory for me. I've never done anything like that before. Usually I just use the standard options available with the software. But now we're going more into an enterprise level company, right? With the whole structure we're doing, it's really fucking cool. It's really scary, and I hope the audience is going to love what we've prepared for them. We really thought it out. And yeah, it's just a couple of days more waiting, and then you guys will hear it first. If you have any questions about this business theory, my thoughts, my crazy thoughts, leave them down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.